For 5 points, can you guess who one of my favorite comic book characters are? That's right, today we are doing a countdown of the coolest Hulk statues. You know, I was tempted to get naked, paint myself green, and kind of stand back there and give it a perspective difference. See if you could tell which one's a Hulk statue and which one's Mr. X. But Mrs. X wouldn't let me. As the Xtreme channel is pushing towards 50,000 subscribers, these are just a few of the statues we are giving away on the journey there. If you want to know how to win one, stay tuned for later in the video. Hey guys, thanks for tuning into the Xtreme channel. I'm very sad and very excited today. I'm very excited because my Hulk collection is almost finally complete. Not only with all the statues behind me, but there's a few other ones. I do have one more coming in on order. It's actually this custom right here. It comes as an unpainted kit. I anticipate this will be the best Hulk statue, but I have to wait till I get it in hands. But I'm not going to wait until I get that to do another countdown. I did a countdown of Hulk statues a while ago right here. The audio quality sucks on the video. It's the first video I ever shot at this office. But today I wanted to redo the countdown because there's probably about 10 new pieces. And sadly, I'm saying goodbye to most of these statues. A while back, I launched a video right here, why I'm retiring from collecting or semi-retiring. I'm going to sell a ton of my Hulk statues. Now, if you're interested in these, please do not message me. Just make sure you've subscribed to the channel and you've hit that bell notification, because when I sell them, it will be directly through this channel, so I'll launch a video on here. So again, I ask you, just please do not message me asking if you can buy one or reserve one. I really appreciate it. But today we're going to count down every Hulk statue, even semi-related stuff. For example, She-Hulk and Scar, and even some dioramas will be in that countdown. Probably the one statue behind me I won't include is Hulk Buster. Even though it has the word Hulk in the name, it's truly not a Hulk statue. And honestly, this is going to help determine the few Hulk statues that I actually keep. So without messing around anymore, let's take a quick look at these giant, rock-hard, veiny statues. Sicko. Kicking it off with first on the list at 26 is this custom gray Spider-Man vs. Hulk diorama. The reason this is the lowest on the list is it's underscaled. It's like 1/5 piece. I'm not a fan of the expression on the Hulk. It's kind of boring. It's actually already boxed up for the sale. But this comes in as my least favorite Hulk statue. Right after that is this tiny one from INF Toys. Kind of a cool, cute, quirky character, but of course that's not what you want when you want Hulk. So for the, yes, my voice just cracked. It's like 3 in the morning. So for that reason, he's lower in the list. Another underrated one is 24 XM Studios She-Hulk. While there certainly are better She-Hulk statues out there, not at the price that this commands. You can get this for like $300 to $400. Now, sadly, I won't be keeping it. It's my only She-Hulk statue, but it will no longer be in the collection. Sideshow's Spider-Man vs. Hulk, I think, is overrated. So this piece right here, incredibly underscaled again. It's like 1/5, 1/6 scale, so it doesn't fit with other Hulk statues. It is cool, it is dynamic, and it's not really the type of Hulk that I actually like. That's why he's so low on the list. This General Ross or Custom Red Hulk comes in at number 22. It's done nicely. I remember this was one of the first, maybe the first Red Hulk piece I got, but I'm not a fan of it. It's done well. I think there's just better options out there. He does show a commanding presence. He did destroy the Avengers, but he's a little lower on the list. Sideshow's premium format Gray Hulk statue right here, their exclusive, is number 21. I think this is done really well, very Jack Kirby style. However, it's incredibly underscaled, and again, that looks really stupid next to a bunch of other Hulk pieces, so for that reason, he's a little bit lower. Number 20 is one of 4 variants you're actually going to see, and this is the lowest of all the variants. Again, it's another Red Hulk, a General Ross, or a Hulk. I just don't like the way Red Hulk looks when it's varianted after the other ones, if that makes sense. If it doesn't, just deal with it and look at number 19, which is another Gray Kirby Hulk. Now, I like this because it is scaled properly, so I like it much better than the Sideshow one. However, it's lower in the list because the base is kind of boring. The sculpt is done very well. It just doesn't really, like, wow, that's amazing, like you're going to see in some of these other Hulk statues. However, the next one on the list is one that I've never done a review on. It's simply there because it's an awesome concept. The sculpt is fantastic. This is the type of Hulk I like. You saw the base actually says the word Hulk out of like busted, smashed rocks. This is done by Troy McDevitt. It's an old XM Studios piece. It's very, very cool and underrated. This custom Hulk vs. Venom statue is awesome. So while I'm not a huge fan of the Hulk statue itself, I love the whole concept of this piece. So that's why it's lower on the list, because I think the Hulk itself, there are better ones lower on this list. Next one is by Halama. It's a custom piece. I don't even know if Halama is around anymore, but they're King Hulk on Throne. So Queen Studios is coming out with one that is far superior. I'm not getting it because I already own this one, and I do quite like it. It's about the middle of my Hulk range here. As you see, we are on the list. This custom Scar. Scar is actually the son of Hulk. When I first got this, it was above expectations, but I just don't have as many ties to Scar, so maybe that's why he's lower on the list. But just a badass base where he killed a dragon. It's based off of a cover, and it is truly a cool statue. I am going to sell it, so I'm sure that one will go for a lot of money. This one right here is the Sideshow Maquette. So this is 1/5 scale, and as you see, I had mine repainted gray. While I'm not a fan of doing that anymore, I wish I would have kept it green. It is unique, and it's still done really cool. Here's another variant of those ones I was talking about. This is a Compound Hulk. This is actually based off of a Hulk cover where General Ross and Bruce Banner merged. This one is much cooler. Only 5 of these in the world. I will be selling this one as well. Again, don't message me on any of these. Wait till the for sale video goes up. Sideshow Gladiator will also be sold for sure. I think this one was overrated. The sculpt is fantastic. The pose is a little weird. When you display him low like I have him, you really can't see it. I think the base is cool. I think they did a really, really good job. It's just not my favorite. I haven't seen the XM Studios one, so I don't know if it's better or not. Next one right here is Maestro. Maestro is the Hulk in an alternate future where he's a bad guy. You can see here with the base, he absolutely killed everybody. This is a very underrated piece. I think it's done amazing. It is not my favorite Maestro because you're going to see one later in the countdown, but still nonetheless. Number 10 is one you have to see in person. In pictures and video, it doesn't do it justice, but it's this custom ARP Hulk. It's actually part of a Wolverine diorama. And what's crazy is when you look at one side of the Hulk, you see Lou Ferrigno. When you look at the other side of the Hulk, you see the Avengers Hulk. So very interesting piece. It's done incredibly well, hand sculpted, one of my absolute favorites. Number 9 is the gray variant of the 4 variants I have. So again, same pose, same base. It is pretty cool. And they do have a different sculpt, a head sculpt on each one, as you can see. This one's pretty neat. Really that classic Hulk to me, so it's number 9. Number 8 is a Marvel vs. Capcom piece. This one I absolutely love. I think it's done really cool. This modern twist, it looks even better than he does in the video game. Now, the disadvantage to this is the giant base. This huge circle that takes up so much room. But despite that, it's a very, very cool piece and incredibly rare. 7 is what we call Phase 4. So this is Logan or Wolverine versus Maestro. And this is a very, very cool piece. It's underrated. If I was judging the entire diorama, this would be much nearer the top, but I'm only judging the Hulk in this. It's still done very cool. 2 head switch outs, and it's this action dynamic pose. I just moved this home, and it's amazing. 6 is a recent acquisition I couldn't be happier for. So a Venomized Hulk, half Venom, half Hulk, has a symbiote suit on Bruce Banner. This looks cool. Tons of awesome switch outs. It's one of my favorites. This one I'm definitely not selling, I can tell you that. And I'm very happy to have him in the collection at number 6. Now before we get to the top 5, let's get a quick word from our sponsor, the Coldest Water Bottle. Today we are sponsored by the Coldest Water Bottle. Guys, I talk about it all the time, all the useful things it can do, from holding semen to the blood of a goat. But honestly, like today we're heading to the game. Mr. X is going to have about 50 beers. Then I need water on the ride home. I can keep this in the car 100 degrees all day and it'll keep the water cold. Check this out. There's a link in the description below where you can win one or you can buy one. It helps support the channel. Comes in all shapes, colors, sizes. And I seriously don't sponsor anything I don't believe in. This is seriously the best water bottle or thermos we've ever had, and we've tried about 30 different ones. So make sure to check it out. Number 5 is this crazy giant Hulk statue. This may be my biggest, and not only is it my biggest, but as you can see, it has alternate portraits and bust stands, which even put it over the top. The paint is amazing, the sculpt is amazing. I have him facing off against Hulkbuster. The reason he's not higher is his pose is incredibly awkward, and it makes him incredibly difficult to display. Number 4 is my most recent acquisition. He may be higher in the list because I'm so hyped on him, but I love this custom Hulk piece. Just very, very cool. I love the different portrait options. I love the pose. I love the rage. I love the base. I love everything about this. However, I don't love it as much as I love XM Studios' Transformation Hulk. Now, I think the Hulk in the previous stat number was actually better, but this with the transformation puts it over the top. So I think the concept really knocks us out of the park. It's the best licensed Hulk in my opinion. Number 2 is this custom Red Hulk. This came only as a garage kit, and I had mine resculpted to General Ross or Rolk. Instead of destroying Hulkbuster head, he destroys Juggernaut. Look at the colors on this. Look at the sculpt. It is unbelievable. Little hard to display because he's hunched over, but I love him. Number 1 really shocked me. This custom right here. Now, it's number 1 for a number of reasons. Number 1 reason it's number 1 is the fact it reminds me of my Hulk. This is the Hulk I grew up with in the comics. It's very reminiscent of that. You know what I mean. It reminds me of that. But what puts it over the top is the extra Stan Lee proximity piece right here. So for that reason, this bumped it to number 1. Amazing piece. Very happy to have it. I will not be selling this one for sure. So that is my list, guys. Let me know in the comments below if you agreed with it, if you have one that's not back behind me. I know the OG Sideshow would definitely have been somewhere near the top in the countdown, but I don't think the top, even though I haven't seen it in person. And the reason I asked you to comment is because of this. We will be giving all of these statues away, plus additional ones, at every 5,000 subscriber milestone. To win one of these statues, all you have to do is make sure you've liked this video, you've subscribed to the channel, you've hit that bell notification, and then just drop a comment below. Every 5,000 subscriber milestone, we are going to do a random drawing and pick a random comment and give one of these statues away, plus some additional ones I'm not showing right now. The more videos you comment on, the higher your chances are to win. Alright guys, again, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you've subscribed to the channel. Drop me a like on the way out and check out some of these other videos while we eagerly anticipate that first sale video, which will probably happen in the next 30 to 60 days. Take care.